Hisoka was so powerful, Chrollo did not want to fight Hisoka until he prepared a kit that guaranteed victory. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lilo, and today we're talking about why Zeno versus Chrollo is obvious. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So, Zeno versus Chrollo is a battle between the leader of the Phantom Troop versus the previous leader of the Zoldyck family. Today we're going to analyze every single power-up and ability these two monsters have displayed to find out overall who's more powerful than who between these two characters. So during the Phantom Troop arc, Zeno and Silva are both hired by the Ten Dawn to assassinate Chrollo. The dialogue and fighting tactics displayed tells us a lot about the power levels of these three characters. After fighting Chrollo for a few seconds, Zeno has already figured out how Chrollo's complex, multi-step abilities work perfectly. Zeno states that Chrollo's ability to steal powers is so strong that it's guaranteed to be a conditional Nen ability with at least 4 or 5 steps required before activation. Due to this heavy activation cost, it will be nearly impossible to steal Zeno or Silva's abilities if they both fight Chrollo at the same time, which Chrollo silently confirms is 100% correct. Despite this fact, Chrollo is an ability hunter, and his true passion is stealing abilities as they allow Chrollo to explore the personality and the darkness within the mind and soul of the ability's original owner. Due to this passion, it's heavily implied that throughout the first half of this fight, Chrollo was still trying to steal Zeno's ability anyway. This is implied by the fact that as soon as the battle ends, Chrollo says he was frustrated that he was not able to steal their abilities, and by the fact that once Chrollo closes his book, he says to himself, "I doubt I'll be able to capture him alive," meaning at least until the very moment of closing his book, Chrollo was still trying to capture Zeno alive, even while he was being jumped 2v1 by the two strongest members of the Zoldyck family. Chrollo's opponent being alive is one of the activation requirements for stealing abilities. This is shown during Chrollo's battle with Hisoka, where he uses numerous abilities from members of his own Phantom Troop, members which are still alive. Chrollo himself then goes on to say that when the original owner of an ability dies, their ability disappears from Chrollo's book and he can never use it again. However, one ability in Chrollo's book has stayed there even after the user died and has become post-mortem Nen that was stronger after the user's death. This was such a rare occurrence that Chrollo states it genuinely surprised him, but as a result, it has made the already broken Chrollo significantly more powerful, because now he has access to a post-mortem Nen ability while Chrollo himself has never died. For context, another example of the power of post-mortem Nen is shown with Pito, in which, after death, the narrator states Pito's post-mortem Nen became even more powerful and Pito's aura increased significantly. Gon was just such an overpowered mad lad that he made post-mortem Nen Pito look like a fodder character. The Chrollo that fought Hisoka is likely the strongest Chrollo has ever been, because now not only does Chrollo have access to a post-mortem Nen ability, but he can also use multiple abilities at once without holding his book, due to the newly acquired bookmark ability, something Chrollo states has improved his combat efficiency vastly. When the battle between Chrollo, Zeno, and Silva concludes, Zeno states, "If you and I were to fight 1v1, I would win guaranteed, unless you were fighting to kill me, however," and proceeds to call Chrollo arrogant, to which Chrollo replies, "The old man figured me out," confirming that at least during the first half of the fight, Chrollo was not even trying to kill Zeno. Putting all the context clues together, you get the following conclusion. Chrollo and Zeno are both relative to one another in power, with Zeno being far more experienced and past his prime, while Chrollo is far more versatile and in his prime, and Chrollo's getting stronger at a shocking rate. Not only does Chrollo's passion for stealing abilities make his moveset list of Hatsus grow continuously, but Silva himself states that Chrollo's physical strength has grown as well since the last time he saw him a few years ago. If Zeno were to fight Chrollo 1v1, while Chrollo was fighting defensively or trying to steal Zeno's abilities, then Zeno would win 100% of the time. However, if they fight 1v1 and Chrollo from the very beginning is using all the abilities in his arsenal to kill Zeno, then Chrollo is slightly slightly more likely to win in an extreme difficulty battle, and Chrollo would likely be near death by the end of the battle as well. This is due to the versatility and unpredictability of Chrollo's moveset. Even working together with Silva, while Chrollo wasn't even trying to kill Zeno, Silva states, "Due to us not knowing all his abilities, we can't even go for a kill shot without risking our lives in the process." Zeno himself silently reached the same conclusion and was willing to take that exact risk by sacrificing himself so Silva could kill Chrollo. This heavily implies that in a 1v1, the same would be true, only with a more serious Chrollo and no one to cover for him, Zeno would be in serious danger. It should be noted that if you replaced Hisoka with Zeno in the battle against Chrollo, a battle where Chrollo states, "This is the most number of abilities I've ever used on a single person," implying that his fight against Hisoka was one of, if not the actually hardest battle Chrollo ever had, Zeno might have been able to survive the onslaught that killed Hisoka using his Dragon Dive ability. The fact that Dragon Dive and Zeno's assassin techniques might still hold off this onslaught against a Chrollo who's likely stronger than he's ever been before is objective proof that a fight to the death between Zeno and Chrollo would be nothing less than an extreme difficulty victory no matter who wins. But to elaborate further, the moveset Chrollo used to kill Hisoka was a combination of Hatsus specifically designed to kill Hisoka. Hisoka was so powerful, Chrollo did not want to fight Hisoka until he prepared a kit that guaranteed victory. That's what makes Chrollo extremely dangerous. If given prep time, he's almost like a Hunter x Hunter Batman and can put together an exact combo of Hatsus to exploit his opponent's weaknesses. Chrollo himself states, "I can gain more abilities as I need them and then wait until the conditions for a certain victory are met." Even if Chrollo and Zeno were to fight again without prep time, Chrollo is slightly more likely to win extreme difficulty due to the versatility of Chrollo's abilities. But if given prep time, it's very likely Chrollo could put together an exact combination of abilities specifically designed to kill Zeno and create a 100% guarantee of victory the same way he did against Hisoka, especially considering that Hisoka is a character who not only purposefully lets people get as strong as possible before fighting them and wins nearly every time anyway, but Hisoka also states he enjoys letting people put together elaborate plans specifically designed to defeat Hisoka with guaranteed victory, then just overpowering them and winning anyway. Hisoka states that's one of his greatest joys, and yet Chrollo was still able to defeat him. We actually get a hint of Hisoka doing exactly that in a few of his previous fights in the series. Against Goto, Hisoka tells Goto his ability on purpose at the very start of the fight. Goto says, "Why would you tell me your ability? That's basically giving me an advantage for free, and you'll regret that." To which Hisoka replies, "It doesn't matter if you know my ability, I'm so strong I'll defeat you anyway." After which, Hisoka proceeds to kill Goto without even taking damage. Finally, the fact that Zeno and Silva working together still thought there was a chance they might both die in the process of killing Chrollo is very telling that Chrollo is slightly stronger than just Zeno on his own, even though the power of Chrollo and Zeno is very close. And it should be noted that a Prime Zeno would likely kill Chrollo. Prime Zeno is anywhere in the range of 1.2 times to twice as powerful as current Zeno, scaling off of Netero saying that at age 112, he's less than half the power he was at age 50. Zeno himself is 67 and states he's never been able to defeat Netero, and he's past his prime to the point where Silva is the head of the family now. So my estimate is that Zeno is currently at most just 85% of what his prime was, and at worst, he's 50% of what his prime was. But he still stays active and participates in high-level assassinations. There's a real chance that Prime Zeno was a jacked Chad like Silva is today, but got skinny with old age. But all of that is really just fun speculation. We won't know for certain what Zeno's prime was truly like unless we get a backstory on Zeno in the future. And finally, it should be noted that before the battle even began, Chrollo hired Illumi to assassinate the 10 Dawns so that Zeno and Silva would stop hunting him. This implies if the battle continued, Zeno or Silva would have killed Chrollo, but either Zeno or Silva would have also died in the process. And and there is a slight chance of all three of them dying in the fight. But Zeno and Silva, being the professionals they are, would have completed their mission successfully. That's everything I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see ya on the next one.